Hello and welcome to Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. I'm your host, the elusive Arabbidb3aver, and today we're going to be going over some events in the world of wrestling and then getting into some stuff that happened in WWE this morning as WWE has released some people, and we're going to be covering that as well. But let's first by updating you guys on the Tony Givens birthday in Bloomingdale, which is taking place on my birthday, Saturday, August 10th at the beautiful Bobby Eaton Arena at NetPro Studios, 100 Emory Lane in Kingsport, Tennessee. That's 37660. Now they put some tickets up through Eventbrite, and if you click on the Eventbrite page that they've got down there, also on my Facebook page as well at Joseph D. Hughes, if you guys go there, you can click it directly. You can get your tickets. They say they start at $0 and go to $25.44. The early tickets that are going to be available. I spoke to Danny Jones. He said some tickets are usually $15, some are $20, but they're going to be a little bit more higher price for this. So the adult general admission are going to be $19.59. The children ages 6 to 12 are $13.73. Now these are pre-order earlies is what it's going to be. And the front row seats is $25.44. But usually they say it's $20 for the front row seat and $15 for general admission seat. But that's through eventbrite.com currently for the Tony Givens birthday in Bloomingdale. We are updating you guys on that. And then, of course, Championship One Wrestling out of McDonald, Tennessee. That's located at 130 McDonald School Road in McDonald, Tennessee. Is going to be hosting none other than Christopher Battle, the Mix 1041 champion, against the killer TK Arden this week. You definitely don't want to miss that. Adrian Ace, with his lovely valet at his side, Mama Hannah, and manager, I should say, will be taking on the energetic enigma, AMJ. Aiden Wright, the Haas of the South, gets his shot at the C1W champion, the heavyweight champion, I should say, Ruthless Robert Blade this week. So you guys definitely don't want to miss that. Now, the doors are going to open at 7 p.m. on that. The bell time is going to be at 8 p.m. Tickets are going to be $8. Kids 5 and under are always free. They do accept Cash App at the door, and they do accept cards, but with cards, there's a 50-cent surcharge on the cards. And C1W is brought to you by Backroads Boys Barbecue. If you need them for any of your catering needs, any of your barbecue needs, you need to give them a call today, 423-509-5127, guys. How you get a hold of them. Dalton Blake, with his manager, the Ravishing Reed, will be taking on none other than the bad guy himself, Alex Michaels. The Adams family will be returning in action. That's right. Logan and Big Red Adams are going to be coming back to take on the South Boston Hit Squad. The tag team champions, I should say, the South Boston Hit Squad. Chris Payne will be making his return to take on Matthew Oliver Peppercorn. Saturday, August 10th, this is. If you guys want to check it out, come on down, 130 McDonald School Road, McDonald, Tennessee. It's a place where you guys want to be. New South Pro Wrestling has added some dates for August and September for their Sizzler Tour for 24. So the anniversary is going to be taking the place the 9th. Sorry, 8/10 on my birthday. It's going to be taking place there in Princeville, Alabama. Action Class is going to be in Scottsboro, Alabama, 8/24. 8/31 is going to be with Limestone High School at Lester, Alabama. 9/6 is going to be at Limestone High School in Athens, Alabama. 9/7, We're All Mad Here, Florence, Alabama. 9/14, Atmore High School, Atmore, Alabama. 9/15, Action Class, Scottsboro, Alabama. 9/21, Alabama Jam, Gadsden, Alabama. That's all for New South Pro Wrestling, what they've been putting out here lately, and they've got a lot of stuff. If you guys want your tickets, you need to call or text them today, 254-324-9096. Get your tickets, get your information, or follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/New South Pro Wrestling is how you get a hold of them. Hey, man, and they've been doing a lot of good things. Cabana Man Dan, Donnie Primetime's down there. And how can you forget the big old dumpster bear himself, Dump Sanders? You got great stuff going on down there. Rolando Perez has been showing his little face as Evil has been showing up in form there for him. So you don't want to miss it, guys. You don't want to miss a beat of New South Pro Wrestling. Moving on, Bullpen Professional Wrestling. That's right, Rayburn High School Gym, 2045 Main Street, Rayburn, Alabama, 36273. Ringside tickets are going to be $15. General admission are going to be $10. For ticket information, you can call them directly at 470-385-0197. Now, let's tell you who's on the card. Devon Dudley is going to be there Saturday, August 10th, 2024. Doors are going to be opening at 6 p.m. The bell time is going to be at 6:30. There is a tag team tournament going down to crown a new tag team champion set. And I'm going to tell you, my favorite for it is going to be AJ Black and Jaden Vane. But what do I know? Chris Kamikaze and the Super Destroyer might just come out on top. I'm telling you guys, such a great show is going to be planned for you, and you definitely don't want to miss it down there at Rayburn High School, the high school gym, 20145 Main Street, Rayburn, Alabama, the Coliseum, as they like to call it. You definitely want to come on out and see some stuff. There's an opening for amateur wrestling made by John Brown and BOC to anyone in the dressing room. So there's an open amateur wrestling challenge going on as well while you're there, guys. You definitely don't want to miss it for Bullpen Professional Pro Wrestling. AWF Live is going to be taking place August 10th as well at Circus 10 Arena. That's 751 Old Mill Road, Ringgold, Georgia. The doors are going to be opening at 6:30 p.m. The show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are going to be available at awfwow.com. And let me tell you, Paul Lee and Clown Freak Mike Flay, the old man, and James Buck Manson going to be down there. That's right, old Buck Manson himself is going to be coming out of the woodwork with that old cowbell, Miss Bell, and he's going to be crazy, guys. You don't want to miss it. Get on down there, guys. Go check it out. AWF Live, August 10th. Circus 10 Arena, 751 Old Mill Road, Ringgold, Georgia. All right, that brings us to our last one that we're going to be advertising for today, and that's the big NWA show, NWA 76, which is going to be August 31st, 2024. The doors are going to be opening at 7 p.m. The bell time is going to be at 8 p.m. on this show. There is going to be a four-way U.S. Tag Team title match that's going to be taking place between the Country Gentlemen, the Kazanas, with Joe Kazana at their side. I think they have the advantage just because of that, but you can never count out Talos and Daisy Kill with Vampiro. Vampiro is going to be showing up, guys. Going to be a great show for you. The Fixers are going to be in that match as well, and the Slime Balls. Now, I said it yesterday on the live cast, and I'll say it again today. I hope and pray that the Slime Balls are able to get their first taste of gold in the NWA right here at 76. I think they have a shot to do something about it. But man, the talent and the competition that they're going to be facing is going to be so hard. They're going to have to rise to the occasion and rise to the level and take advantage when they can to be able to do so. So you guys need to check that out. That's going to be held at 2300 Arena in Pennsylvania. That's 2300 South Swanson Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is where it's going to be at. You can catch your tickets at nwaliveevents.com right now. And if you missed it, guys, on the CW app, and if you don't have the CW app, download the CW app so you can watch NWA Power episodes. Every Tuesday, a new Power episode comes out. But if you missed it, guys, there was a heck of a show this week on the CW app for NWA Power, and you got to go back and rewatch it. Definitely download the CW app and get it today. And now we're going to get on to the big news. So WWE releases the Vice President of Talent Relations in an executive cut this week. Now, I'm not a smart man, but I'm going to tell you that there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening with WWE over the past year. There's been a lot of cuts, especially since the TKO takeover and with the Vince McMahon debacle, all that stuff that's been going on that we've been following here and we've been taking care of. But another high-level ranking executive was released this week. Now, this article is done by P.T. Williams, August 8, 2024 at 10:27 p.m. is when they wrote it. So just a little bit ago is when they wrote it, and it's on WrestlingInc.com. That's all together. WrestlingInc.com is where you can find it. It says another high-ranking WWE executive who spent more than 15 years with the company has been let go, according to reports by PW Insider. Kristen Altman was WWE's Vice President of Talent Relations. She steadily rose through the ranks after first being hired as a receptionist for Titan Tower in 2008. We wonder how that happened. Now I'm just throwing some shade here, but going from a receptionist to Vice President of Talent Relations is kind of a huge jump, and we already know the allegations that are already surrounding stuff that happened at Titan Towers. But that's another story for another day. She might be the brain. You never know. You never know. So we have to say that allegedly, we don't know what happened. Altman later moved up through the roles of Talent Relations Coordinator, Manager, and Talent Relations Developmental, and Senior Manager of Talent Relations and Developmental in August 22. Altman was promoted to vice president of talent relations, serving in the promotion for 2 years before her dismissal. According to Altman's LinkedIn profile, her responsibility included WWE's talent wellness program, including organizing and executing medical examinations, drug testing, semi-annual blood work and physical examinations, cardio evaluations, impact testing, and medical referrals. Work with all newly hired talent by conducting background searches, booking contact medical screenings, assisting with independent contractor agreements, and assisting with relocation process, recruiting domestically and internationally for potential WWE stars, divas, and organizing tryout camps and individual tryouts, book for extra talent for WWE television events, and very specific talent needs and demographic skills on the short term, mainly day-to-day of. The reason Ultimate's dismissal is currently unknown, but the WWE/UFC merger into TKO Group's holding has triggered several corporate shakeups in the last few months. In June, WWE released Executive Vice President of Television, Chris Kaiser. Now, that was a huge one that we did not cover, but we will get to at some point in time, and we will let you guys know that. In May, Vice President of International Events, General Manager Emerging of Markets, Michael Levin was let go. Now, we did know about that. Michael Levin being let go was one that we did know about. And you got to wonder, if TKO is cleaning house like this, if they are truly cleaning house, if they are cleaning the money pit up, if they're trying to undrain the swamp, so to speak, they are doing it by eliminating positions that they are being paid more than six figures. Let's just put it like that. So all the six-figure positions are going. And that's kind of a scary thing to envelop inside your mind, because it makes you wonder if WWE is really hurting for money or what's going on with them. And it doesn't seem that way from the live events, from the money that's coming in from the live events and stuff. But as you saw with WCW, everything looked good there too until it wasn't. So what's going on? What's going on inside WWE? What's going on in Endeavor? What's going on in TKO? What's going on with these companies that are holding and cleaning house? I mean, they're holding court and cleaning house, baby, and they're holding people responsible. And I think that some of this stuff is stuff that should have happened a while back. Actually, some of it should have happened under the Vince McMahon regime, just to be honest with you. But Vince really tried to live in his own world and pay his own people and do his own thing. And like I said, we kind of hit on some stuff there for a minute, but the truth of the matter is if Vince really thought that you had talent and not just gluck talent, we're talking like real talent. If he thought that you had some real talent, you always had a job with Vince. And if you had made your name inside the business and you didn't ruin it with him, you didn't try to ruin business ties with him, he would always try to find a place for you or try to find somebody that would help you or put you over. And that's just true. That's just true of it. And, you know, it's not every day that you get to see legends come back and talk and go through, but he really tried to preserve the legacy of the WWE, the legacy of what his dad did in WWF and what his great-granddad did in WWF. Tried to start preserving that stuff and trying to get the archives up and running, trying to get all that stuff moving forward on his watch was a very smart move for him. But as we're seeing now, they're making the cuts to all those positions that we just mentioned. The archives have lost some positions. Now you've got talent relations that are moving. You've got the bookers moving. They've started moving through, which bookers are normal. You know, writers, television writers, and bookers go through quite a bit. And it's because stagnant TV stuff starts to get stagnant. And we have to talk about stagnant. Oh my God, the freaking bloodline theory and bloodline storyline is stagnant. Stagnant as crap, but they keep it going because it's building money. It's making money for them. So you got to look at it from both sides. You know, if it's making money, why stop it? Continue it until it doesn't make any money anymore. But the problem is they're bleeding it dry right now, just like they've done. So you can say with the talent relations and the coordinations and stuff that's going on there, you know, we saw Mark Curran a couple years ago, who was a part of it. And he was having a hard time while when they first started all their reality television stuff. He was having a hard time keeping up and keeping in contact with the talent, making sure that the talent was doing what they were supposed to. And he was responsible for what? 70 people? 70, 75 people at one point in time, and that's just the in-ring talent. But then he was responsible behind the scenes for other people too, catering different other things, and he had to make sure that all that stuff was on top. He had a big job, dude. And the same thing goes for here. This lady had a big job, and I'm not going to say that WWE isn't looking for new talent and fresh talent and trying to build fresh talent, but it seems that way from NXT. It seems that way from the way that they've kept certain people from rising to where they needed to go. And I know a lot of people are going to listen to this and go, what are you talking about? They have to earn it inside the ring. They have to gain their own fan base. Absolutely they do. But there's a lot of people who had a fan base that was ready to go, and they had the crowd behind them. WWE just went, boop, no, you're gone. Now, they could have seen something behind the scenes that we don't know. They could have seen drug usage, or they could have seen, alcoholic abuse, or they could have seen other things. They could have seen other traits in people that they didn't want. They could have seen a lot of liars and cheaters and stuff like that, and they didn't want that around their business. I understand that. Absolutely do. Absolutely 100% do. They could have saw a bunch of thieves. They could have saw a lot of stuff, man. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of people who had that push in NXT that didn't get that push in real life. They had to go somewhere else in order to get it. And there's a lot of people on the main roster who have had to do the same thing too with WWE here recently. So and the biggest name that comes to mind is Nick Namath for having to move on as well. Bobby Lashley was one of the ones that decided that he was going to move on. Shelton Benjamin a couple years ago, several years ago, not just, right after he came back to the WWE, he was having some issues. He claimed that he's one of the highest paid free agents right now. And that's true. He is. He's one of the highest paid talent free agents right now, but he had to leave. He had to go somewhere else. Tyler Breeze is another one, somebody that was working close with talent relations and talent development. Those people have all left, and I don't think that Breeze was by any means the best superstar in the world. Don't get me on that. I'm not trying to put that out there. I'm just saying that some people deserve to push, whether it was for Intercontinental Championship or U.S. title or whatever. And, we saw Roman Reigns hit Austin Theory several months ago. Well, it might have been about a year ago now, about your daddy's not here no more, and he can't protect you and yada, 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 and all that stuff. And that's true. That's true to a certain point. Is those superstars that got that push that didn't deserve it, where are they now? What are they doing now? And then you got superstars that were really homegrown, like Ciampa, man. Ciampa was amazingly homegrown, put himself out there. Johnny Gargano. Now, Gargano worked his way, sweat and tears, through the ranks to get where he's going and to get everything that he's got. He deserves everything that he's got. But you got to see that there were so many more, like Velvet, man. Velvet didn't get a chance. The Velveteen Dream didn't get a chance, like they put him out to be, and many more on top of that too, But that's another story for another day. And you got to think if that's part of the reason why they're letting go of the talent relations, or if there was personal issues involved, or if there was contract obligation issues involved that weren't being fulfilled, or if there was a contract negotiation between the person that's being released and the company. You have to wonder all these things inside your mind, what's going on. Now, I don't know for a fact, and like I told you guys, I have no idea for a fact what's going on. I have no idea. But I do know this. I know what's reported, and what was reported was that she was let go by the TKO Holdings Group. Now, we're speculating here on a lot of stuff. We're just speculating. We're talking about it, and we're trying to figure it out inside of our own minds. But if it was for any of those reasons, if it was for them burying talent, if it was for them not finding proper talent and finding proper people to be fresh faces for the WWE and keep it relevant inside the WWE, then you've got to wonder what else was going on. So you've got to pose those questions. You have to pose those questions and try to figure out what's going on, why they're thinking what they're thinking, why they're doing what they're doing, and how we can make a change to make it better. And I think that's what they're trying to do here. Is not only are they eliminating the six-figure salaries like we were talking about, but they're trying to find candidates who are going to be able to make it better for WWE directly. Now, I don't know. I can't say this personally because I'm not Dana White. I don't have the holdings board. I don't have the board of directors that's at Titan Towers. I have no idea what's going on in the Titan Towers group other than what's being released. But I can say this. I think that Dana White is using it from the perspective that he can invent superstars in the wrestling world from UFC. Now, I don't quote me on that because I don't know that to be true, but I think that's what's going on here is he's seen the potential of the WWE and the stars that are in WWE and the people that could be stars in the WWE. And he sees the potential of the people in UFC and people who could transfer over, and it would be a natural transfer for them to get into the business. Do I think it's the smartest move in the world? Not always. It hasn't always worked out. I mean, and a good example of this, and please don't hate me for saying this, but you got to think about Steve Blackman for a minute. Now, Blackman was a superstar in his own right. Absolutely 100% a superstar in his own right. But the WWE could not get him the push or get him over the way that they needed to get him over in the era that he wrestled in the Attitude Era. Was he the baddest man on the planet? Probably was. Absolutely 100% was at that point in time in history. But they put him in a situation, and the only huge title match he got was that Intercontinental Championship match for the Intercontinental Championship match against none other than the original Godfather himself. Lord, I've lost his name. I could see his face. Ken Shamrock. I'm sorry about the pause. It just blew my mind for just a second, guys. What's going on? Hey, baby, my puppies are in here. So you got to think about it from that perspective is it may not work out the way that he wants to with certain people, certain stars trying to move over, if that's what he's trying to do. But it is something nonetheless that I think could be a viable source for them in the future. They need to be looking at other promotions too, the talent that's inside of other promotions, the stars that have already gotten over inside other promotions. I'm not saying poach them. Don't take me like that. But think about it like Joe Hendry. That's how we've got Joe Hendry, not Hindi, Joe Hendry. Think about it like Joe Hendry. The man is an international superstar, and he's in all the promotions, and he's going everywhere and doing anything he can to make money in wrestling. And he's trying to put any promotion over that he can by any means necessary. And I think that's what it takes inside the world of wrestling today if you're going to make it. If you're going to do it and you're going to make it and you're going to be big, you definitely have to be able to work with any promotion at any time, any given time. And he's such an international superstar that if he signed an elite contract with one of these companies, it would be considered a dirty word for him. And so I think that's what they need to do. They need to find somebody who has that from the other promotions. And like I said, cross promote with them. Don't just pull them and poach them, but cross promote with these other people inside these promotions to make it work for you. And I think that would be the goal of what's going on. Now, I am currently just about out of time here on Wrestle Talk today. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. I appreciate you guys for coming in on Wrestle Talk and hearing me. It thrills my heart to know that you guys are here. Hey, we recently got approved for Rumble for our video cast that we do for Championship One Wrestling, and also for our regular Wrestle Talk news and upcoming events and stuff that happen inside the world of wrestling that we let go and are just talking shows of our reviews of the shows that we have been to. So that's one other place where you can find us at Arabbidb3aver. Now, we are at Arabbidb3aver just about everywhere other than YouTube. It's Nerdy Gaming with Arabbidb3aver. That's ARABBID. B, the number 3, AV, and then 132 afterwards is how you catch us there on YouTube. But everywhere else, we are just about Arabbidb3aver, just about everywhere. Facebook, we're Joseph, Joseph, space D, and Hughes, Hughes is my last name. And that's how you find us there. But, you can catch us on all of those things, including Spotify. You can catch us on Amazon Alexa. You can catch us anywhere that you get your podcasts and iTunes besides anywhere that you get your podcast besides iTunes. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. We currently don't have enough subscribers to be considered to be on iTunes, but that's coming, and that's going to be coming shortly within the next few weeks. So hope you guys like what you heard today. If you do, remember to hit that like, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, whether you're on Buzzsprout, Podbean, whether you guys are out there on Amazon Alexa, Podchaser, wherever you guys are at, following the Arabbidb3aver and Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Don't forget to hit that like. I think there's a lot going on in the world of wrestling currently that we're not covering, but we will be covering shortly as the days come. Hey, we were at the August 2nd event in Coalfield, Tennessee for the NWA and NWA JCP War Games, Revenge of the SSC, and it was an awesome show. Don't forget to go to our YouTube, check that show out that I did with old Princess Lady K, the Spock Bunny herself. She was in studio with me, and we went live and got some footage and was talking about it. Don't forget to go over there and check that stuff out. It's going to be great for you guys to do that. And thank you guys so much wherever you're at. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, once this, it's currently Thursday, August 8, 12, 17 p.m. in the afternoon. And once this thing goes through Podbean and also Buzzsprout, once we get it on both channels, it'll be on YouTube the following day. So hopefully tomorrow, August 9th, or by August 10th, my birthday, it'll be directly on, and you guys can listen to it directly from YouTube if you don't subscribe to any of those. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And remember, you guys heard it here first on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Thank you. Bye-bye.